amazing night, a very blissful one over the night. Quick question here. Tell me that stuff you love about your country. What is it that you love about that particular country you reside in? For Nigerians, what do you love about Nigeria? As a matter of fact, we're experiencing like a whole of our time. Fuel prices are like crazy. Like a lot of stuff is just not working. Transportation is very expensive. As against what you would have paid 400 naira for, you're probably paying about 900 naira for it at the moment. So a lot is happening. But then, amidst all of that, I'm sure there's a good thing in that country. So, what do you love about your country? And I think it's a good time to just pray for Nigeria. Yeah, just pray for Nigeria because our agitations, our crosses, our plight, the way we complain might not change anything. Maybe just prayer we just need at this point. So our advice that instead of complaining and crossing and saying negative words to ourselves concerning the country, our advice that we pray for the country and how it's going to favor us and our family. I pray God will help us in Jesus' name. Anyways, guys, this is me welcoming you guys to Go to Life News, where I bring you updates concerning music, and that is across the country. By the way, it's your boy Daki. It's spelled Darki, and obviously you know it, double E. Quick one today. We'll begin our news with Manchala himself talking about Wizkid. For a long time, I've not had I think for like a month plus, all my openings have been Davido. Davido has been the one opening almost all the news I've had because he has been buzzing and all of that. But today, Wizkid take the shot. Will Davido be on this news? Just stay tuned. You might just get to find out. Anyways, you saw Wizkid coming out to re-announce again that the More Loveless Eagle tour would be taking place in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on the 29th day of July. So you guys shouldn't forget, and if you're going to be there, make sure you get your tickets. If you have your tickets already, make sure you don't plan to miss that one because it's going to be an amazing one. Wizkid is set to shut down the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. At the moment, we've not gotten a sold out ticket yet, but then we're sure that Wizkid has the capacity to sell out Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Moving on, we saw Wizkid at the Afro Nation where he brought out Benson and they had an amazing time. Amazing time. Wizkid, at the point he was performing, and a lot of people felt like he was on something because the energy was top notch, and Wizkid gave them a show, whatever penny they paid at at the time. Moving on, we saw where he got this chain from Eliante, where he showed off his chain. It was created for Wizkid alone, and it was an amazing one. It was said that this chain was made from diamond and sapphire sourced from different regions of the world. Amazing one for Wizkid. These guys really know how to spend their money, and a lot of people will come along and say, "Why not invest your money? Why not buy properties? Why not buy land? Why not buy?" But then it's their money, yeah, and then they know exactly what to do with the money. We saw where Adeshope came out to say Wizkid did something that has never been done by any African actors before in history. What did Wizkid do? Adeshope said at the Afro Nation, they just concluded one on Sunday, and Wizkid was set to perform for 10 p.m. and others have performed before Wizkid. Wizkid was like headliner, so he closed the show. Just before he mounted the stage, it was said that Wizkid dismantled everything on set, dismantled everything, and then came up with his own production, his own set, his own designs, his own events planning. Everything was by Wizkid. Like basically, he didn't want to use what Afro Nation did. He came with his own team to set all of that up. And just so you know, that cost him about 150,000 US dollars to fix all of that. That's why they call him Machala for a reason. He knows exactly what to do with his money, just like I told talking about you guys. Moving on, we saw where Wizkid is that person that you cannot tell what to do with money for him because he knows what to do with his money. We saw where Metro Boomin confirmed that Wizkid is gonna be on the album, amazing one, as it's called the Spider Verse, and it's confirmed now that Wizkid is gonna be one of those guys that are gonna be present for that one. Amazing one for Wizkid. But for Metro Boomin, yeah, people asking questions because at the point we saw him and Burna Boy together where they had a song together, and nobody saw that song again. And people expected that the song was going to be on the Metro Boomin project, but then it announced a couple of names, and we are not seeing a Burna Boy. So the question is, will that song be on Burna Boy's album? Let all of us wait and see. But now it's confirmed that Wizkid is on that one, and obviously, massive congratulations to Wizkid and to Afrobeat generally on that one. Moving on, we have Tiwa Savage, the amazing queen of Afrobeat, queen of all the baddies, doing good for herself. Amazing lady, actually. We saw where she came through the snippet for her song. She called that one Pick Up, an amazing one. People are really waiting for this song to drop. One of the lines of the song was where she said, "Me, I know they understand anymore." Like a lot of stuff are happening. Then she's saying she really is not understanding anything at this point anymore. Trust me, when I say this, like you just know, Tiwa Savage fans everywhere in the world really are waiting for this song to drop. We saw where Twitter came to confirm that on the 26th day of November, she's going to be out with a friend for Everything Savage and going to be in London. So it's going to be like a show, and that's happening on the 26th day of November. She's been in London, but then she said she's coming back, and this time is going to be more fun because she's coming with all her friends. Who are these guys coming? We're not sure yet, but then when we have this is about this one, full details will give you guys proper and correct details about this one. Moving on, we saw she also promising the USA fans saying for the 25th of August, I'm also going to be in New York with Tiwa Savage and all of that. You know, UK guys are like November, but then she said August is going to be in the US. Same movement, same team, wanting to shut down that space too, so that they know that the Queen of Afrobeat is in your region. As a matter of fact, she she announced a North American tour, and then we have a date and venues for these places. Just so you know, on the 29th of July, beginning of that day, we have she's going to be in Seattle, she's going to be in Washington, New York, Toronto, Boston, Chicago, Atlanta, Houston, Dallas, San Francisco, and on the 17th day of September, that's the close of this tour. She's going to be in Los Angeles. Amazing for Tiwa Savage, North American tour. I think for these guys, yeah, it's beginning to be like second home to Nigerians because a whole lot of artists are doing these spaces. Rema is doing, Ruga is doing, Davido is doing. Name these artists, they all are beginning their tour with the North American space, and it's a big one to all Afrobeats and Nigerians and Africans at large. Moving on, we saw Tiwa Savage recently in Brazil where she had an amazing time. Highlight of this moment was when she came out for some persons, yeah. It was when she came out on show and then she was twerking, giving them good dances and amazing, amazing vocal. At the point, people were crying because Tiwa has a mix of everything. She has a mix of songs that will make you cry, a song that will make you happy. She has a mix of all songs that her catalog is so rich that for all the mood you want to be on earth, Tiwa Savage has a song that suits that mood for you. Amazing one. And there was some where fans were crying, amazing one for her. But then one of the highlighting moments was when she actually was at the sea or by the beach thereabout, and then she was with a man. People call the man the mystery man, and the man's face was not showing. But then Tiwa Savage was seen kissing this man. Now, what could say about the man? Yeah, he has a tattoo, as a lion. He drew a lion behind him, and then Tiwa Savage was there. All obviously, this is a very, very big compromising position. And trust me, Nigerians all over the world, and yeah, he's buffed up very, 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 very big. He has a tattoo. For Tiwa Savage, yeah, you might just not you can just tell the kind of guys she likes. A lion tattoo. Gorilla tattoo. Wow, that's a gorilla tattoo basically. Tiwa Savage, funny how a lot of people are just connecting the dot. Like, who's this person? We obviously know that for popular knowledge, Tiwa Savage, to some people she's single because that is what the knowledge public knows about her because she's not. Her status is not put openly like that. But now we might not just say the same thing again because we are seeing a guy and then she kissing the guy alone in the beach. So the question is, who is this guy? Or is this all cruise? Because don't forget, Tiwa Savage really cruise a lot. So could it be a cruise or is this really like a big deal? Like they are dating. Obviously, they didn't just date like that day. They've been dating before now. And they went on this trip together. How many trips have they been? I love Nigerians. I love vloggers because they're going to start digging pictures, going back to our previous trips and try to look out for a guy like this. But let me give you guys hints. Uh, he doesn't keep hair, so he's quite there. He doesn't have beds. He has just quite goatees and just try to look for a guy that has tattoos behind him. You can just find the person. But then Tiwa Savage seems happy at the beach with this guy that she was kissing. The question is, are they dating or it is just cruise? Anyways, her caption says it all where she puts love. So finally, Tiwa Savage has found love again and she has broken a lot of Nigerians' hearts, including my heart. A lot of us are heartbroken because we had hope on Tiwa Savage, but trust me, she's gone. Otilo. Moving on, we saw where she came out, and then she actually had on a story saying, "Last night I went out to dinner by myself, and I found myself doing it again, and I'm actually loving this. This is crazy that I have never done this. I might go on vacation alone." Now, when I said she might be cruising, it really might be a cruise because now she's saying she went on a date alone and then she's enjoying it, but then she might also go for a vacation alone. But then I thought you had a boyfriend or a man. It's still a savage. Till it's so clear, we cannot say anything. But then we're sure that what we have now is for public knowledge, and when we have further details, we'll bring them to you ASAP as soon as possible. Also, she complained about Nigeria, and then she's saying, literally less than an hour back in Nigeria, and one of my car tires gone. Other car now is in queue for fuel, for fuel, and issues with electricity in my house. Then she's saying, I am logging off and going back to where I came from because full stop. So she is saying she wants to go back to Brazil because just 1 hour in Nigeria, the car tire is gone. Then she has to go queue at the filling station to get petrol for the vehicles. And then she's saying she's tired and then she wants to go back to Brazil. By the way, welcome to Nigeria. All of these things happen only in Nigeria. Moving on, we have Burna Boy as the next guy on the news. We saw where after the performance at the Afro Nation, Burna Boy last re-enters the USA Shazam at number 192. It also re-enters the top 5 on USA iTunes worldwide chart, and at the same time, it re-enters number 1 on the USA Apple Music worldwide chart. Burna Boy is called Odogu for a reason. Moving on, we saw where Burna Boy got his custom-made Bugatti vehicle after acquiring about 3 fleet of cars towards the beginning of the year, and then it's not even mid-year yet. Is adding another one to the collections, talking about a custom-made Bugatti made specially just for Burna Boy. This is actually worth millions of dollars. But Burna Boy is capable, and obviously he has made a lot of resources to get that one for himself. We saw Burna Boy Love Damini album surpassing 730 million streams on Spotify. I think for Burna Boy, yeah, he's close to getting a billion because, guy, this project is doing a lot and he's achieving a whole lot with this album. Moving on, we saw Burna Boy set to headline the St. Kitts Music Festival. This is a festival that is held annually for popular music in Bastille and St. Kitts and Nevis. These are Caribbeans only, a Caribbean country, and it is Burna Boy is set to perform on the 24th day of June 2023. It's going to begin from Thursday 22nd through to Saturday 24th, and Burna Boy is going to be headlining that one on the 24th day of June 2023. At the same time, Burna Boy is also set to headline the Down the Rabbit Hole Festival in Netherlands. Now, the way this festival thing works here, at the Twitter, when I saw it on Twitter, a lot of captions came on there saying the graphics is not nice, they should have used better graphics, it looks so cheap. But then, the graphics might be so cheap, yeah, but then they're spending millions to call Burna Boy, so it shows the fact that they really put in a lot. So for these guys here, they might not really be the aesthetic kind of people who want to put a lot of money into aesthetics and all of that, but then they want quality. Looking at the kind of people they're inviting for this festival, it shows the fact that they're spending millions and obviously they want quality for the festival. Like I said, at the same time, Burna Boy is also set to headline the Down the Rabbit Hole Festival in Netherlands. Amazing name. What is Down the Rabbit Hole? Like, what are we doing in the rabbit hole in the first place? But then this is why it's called Burna Boy, and a lot of festivals want to have Burna Boy at their show because obviously when it comes to your stage, it does the last crooner, and that is the most. I think that's like the most listening to song. People want to listen to that song. People want to dance to that song. People want to feel and connect to last because they reason with the song, and song music is a language that everybody express differently too. But they love Burna Boy and they are calling for festivals left, right, center. And that's for the it's going to be happening through 30th of June to the 2nd day of July. Amazing one for Burna Boy. But then the fact that he's going to headline that one is a big win to him, and we say congratulations to Burna Boy on that one. Big news, big news, big news, big news. This Friday, Burna Boy is set to drop his new single called Sitting on Top of the World. People are really waiting. People have asked questions saying, Burna Boy, drop something. When will you drop something? Please do something. Please do something. Finally, he's set to begin the year with his new single, Sitting on Top of the World. Amazing one. And then it's not coincidence because 4 days from now, Burna Boy is set to headline that's his own personal the London show. That's about a 80,000 capacity. and a very massive one of Burna Boy. He's doing that in less than 4 days. And then he's saying, in 2 days from now, I'm going to drop in a new single. So it's going to lead him to this space, and an amazing one. Trust me, an amazing one. Though people are saying he sampled a brandy song on this one, but regardless, it's worked for last last. Will it work for this one? I'll let you guys do the conversation in the comment sections. Anyway, moving on, we saw have Seun Kuti as the last guy on the news. Obviously, you know how it happened. Slapped the police officer along the Third Mainland Bridge and was arrested, or he wasn't arrested, but he took himself in and then he was arrested. Yeah, we saw where people call out the family members saying the Kutis were not behind Seun Kuti, and then Made came out to say that's not true because we've been behind my uncle, my father has been behind his brother. Like a lot have been happening, but the difference is that we don't post it online, but we support our uncle and then we want him to be out as soon as possible. We saw where finally after the whole back and forth thingy, Seun Kuti was finally gained freedom, and the Lagosians were so happy the fact that Seun Kuti is back and going on the streets of Lagos. Now we saw where he came out to say, I think about last week there was this round making when there was this guy that came to get an interview in UK where he spoke about Nigerians' intentions going to the UK, and people came out dragging him, calling him names rather. And Seun Kuti is saying, if you think one YouTube video is why one of the most racist parties in Europe passed a racist policy, then you are even more naive than I thought. So the truth is, the British government is racist, and this is a racist policy, and we should fight it as such instead of doing the usual and fighting ourselves on behalf of colonial masters. So Shem is saying we should leave this young man and fight the real problem, because this guy is not the real problem. The real problem is the fact that these British guys are racist and we should fight them, not the young man in question. Moving on, we saw Seun Kuti beginning his tour for the month of May. It's going to span through May, June, July, and August. About 30 places. Seun Kuti is set to be, he's fully booked actually. Not, he's fully booked for the next 3-4 months. Seun Kuti is fully booked in places like Toronto, Spain, Moldova, Kuwait. Like he's everywhere. It's going to be everywhere. And Seun Kuti really is going to have a time of his life in these spaces. This should tell you that Seun Kuti has left the country. And then, as against some news, it was said that he fled, but really he didn't like run away. He had to go for the shows that he has been slated even before the occurrence. We saw Seun Kuti coming on live yesterday. As a matter of fact, a lot of Nigerians have been waiting for this live. People have been waiting for Seun. Come live, come talk to us, come address us, come and tell us what happened. And Seun Kuti finally came live yesterday and said a whole lot. To start with, Seun Kuti explained the fact that he was surprised that Nigerians hate him so much. He said that was one thing that got him, because obviously when his father was there, his father went through similar situations, and people seemed like they cared, but really didn't care. But then he's saying why. He said at the point he says he's going to have a lot of money to rent the TBS Stadium, and call everybody to say, if I've offended you, come. I want to apologize to you one by one. He also mentioned the fact that he was not taken to the. It was not in prison. He said it was not in prison. It was only in cell, where he was with 30 men in a in a 3-man room, and was there with about 30 people. And he made jest about that, where he spoke about he was playing card games. He dealt with them with words, and then he spoke about a young man who he met in prison who was arrested for having 10 toy guns. It makes me ask police questions like, if you found a man with 10 toy guns, what do you think was going to do with the toy guns? But anyways, he made all of that. And at the same time, Seun Kuti actually made more claims saying why he feels like Nigeria are not moving forward. And then he made a very big claim saying, without him, won't you guys know the right thing to do? And in all of that, Seun Kuti is a vibe. But then Nigerians were so happy with the fact that he came on yesterday, spoke a whole lot, and obviously was so happy doing that. He mentioned the fact that Femi Falana was the lawyer that stood for his dad while his dad was being tried in court, and at the same time, the same Femi also stood for him when he was also tried in court. So Femi was an uncle, and then he's giving big accolades to Femi on that one. On Seun Kuti, there's going to be an episode, but trust me, I will come back and give you more details about this interview, about these live sessions, and how it went down. In the meantime, this is where we draw the curtain on Ghosting News. And trust when I say this, I cannot wait to catch you guys on the very, very next one. Stay safe, guys, and always remember you have to be very careful. I love you.